What's going on YouTube? In this video I'm going to show you the top 10 apartments in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam that I've come across here during my time. So before we get started, please consider subscribing to the channel, click notifications for more videos like this. Let's get into it. The first apartment that I saw was in District 7. At the time of this video, I found it to be the best value. As you can see, this is the most spectacular view that probably not a lot of apartments will have. And especially an apartment with this price point of $300 for about 6 months, if I remember correctly.
I think that here in the District 7, I don't see any, let's say, that building can compete the view.
The next apartment was in Phu Nuan. This was a new apartment. They just constructed a lot of these rooms or renovated it. It was a young guy that was leasing it out. At the time of this video, he was also continuing to construct more rooms, make more rooms on the rooftop. So at the time, the rooftop was completely open to the outside, and I think by the time that I finished living here, he started to make a new apartment out of those. Now, my experience in this apartment was alright. The one thing I had to complain about though, or the one thing negative that I would say about this apartment in my experience, was that I felt a little bit trapped inside because there was just like one big or one little room. And even though it was pretty contemporary and nice and I had that new smell and everything, and there was even a dryer down below, and it was in an area where there was lots of local places to eat near the river. It was even near my workplace. The one thing is that I felt like I had cabin fever being in that room. Now here's another place where I checked out in District 4, and there was a lot of nice units, a lot of new renovated, completely new and renovated units in this building. As you can see, this is one unit, and this was the only unit on the top floor of that building at the time. And I was about to rent this room, but I felt really uncomfortable with the area. Actually, I heard a lot of things about D4. You probably heard of them as well if you've been looking into apartments. That District 4 does have a reputation in Saigon as being the district with a lot of crime and a lot of theft, motorbike theft, bad things that could happen to you potentially would happen in this area, at least in the past. So nowadays D4 is being renovated. It's like an up and coming area, and there's a lot of good buys, a lot of good rentals in this area. So a lot of areas are becoming more, I would say, gentrified. I guess it's kind of like a Brooklyn or something. I don't know if you can compare it to something like that as a as an analogy, but yeah, as you can see, it's pretty new looking. It's nice. It's clean. But yeah, the area, I don't know. It's maybe a bit. I didn't have an experience living there. It could still be a bit rough around the edges. Let me know in the comment section below what you think if you have experience living in District 4. I will say that I had a friend that lived in District 4 in a condo, really nice condo. I think it was called Gold View or something like that. And I would often go there to see him at his apartment. Honestly, and all the times I've drove through District 4 and all the times I've spent hanging out in District 4, nothing has ever bad happened to me, or I've never seen anything bad happen. So I guess, all of the claims or all the bad things I've heard was based on its reputation, which it's earned through its past. Now, there are a lot of really good places to eat from what I heard. District 4 is an excellent place for food, lots of good local places to eat. So that's one good thing about District 4. But like I said, I didn't have experience living there, so I don't know if it's, safe now. From what I've heard, it is getting better, but, don't take my word for it. Do your own research. Look into it. Definitely let me know in the comment section below what you think. Here's another place that I looked at, and this is one of the cheaper places that I've seen. This is in District 8, and this is just a room, but it was very nice and clean, and the whole house that she was renting the rooms out to was very clean. The lady that I talked to here was really, really, really nice. She just came back from, I think, living in Australia or living abroad somewhere, and she was quite internationally minded and curious to hear about other people's lives and adventures. So I thought that was really cool. Even though I didn't rent this place, I sat on the couch talking to her for a few hours just about her travels and life in general, and snacking on some fruit, some grapes at the time that I was talking with her. So really nice lady. If I could remember this place, I'll let you know in the comment section below. Or if you guys know, let me know in the comment section below as well. Now I will say that District 8 is, I think it's still an area that is rough around the edges. So if you do live in District 8, yeah, I would say, yeah, be careful. I don't know about now. At that time, I would say District 8 was still, yeah, not a super safe area to live in, I think. So let us know in the comment section below what you think of District 8 if you have experience there as well. Here's a place in District 3 that I was looking at. I didn't like this place. I thought it was too small, and it still had a lot of like the new paint smell. So like when you're in the room, it was very, very strong. I felt like I couldn't even breathe, and it was very like claustrophobic feeling, especially when you go outside. The street is just filled with large amount of traffic compared to a lot of streets in Ho Chi Minh. Even the alleys were very, very small. So to me, that place was a no-go. It was too claustrophobic feeling for me, even though it was in District 3. Now here's a really nice place that I found in District 2. I thought this place was pretty good because, as you can see, the room itself was very spacious. The area itself was very laid back. It was more easygoing compared to a lot of places in Ho Chi Minh where it's very stressful. This place in District 2, I felt like you could walk around. It kind of had like this, I don't know if if you know about Chiang Mai, it's very laid back. It reminded me of that. Walking around is very calm compared to the other places I lived and been in Ho Chi Minh. So I thought that was a nice feature. It did have a pool on the rooftop, as you can see here, but the pool was super, super small. I think that you'll get bored super quick with the pool. And the other good thing about this place is it had a little gym. Now, a lot of places you probably see in Ho Chi Minh, unless they're in a condo, they're not going to have a gym. Now, here's one apartment that I lived in Ho Chi Minh. This was the best apartment that I've lived in. As you can see, it's huge. It's a huge loft apartment. It was a huge loft apartment for about $550 per month, and it had a gym and a large swimming pool included. Now this was in a condo, and I believe, if I remember correctly, it was called M7 condo. I can't remember, but at this place and at other places, you have to talk to the individual landlords. Okay, so the condo doesn't like, you can't just walk into the condo and like, you typically, like say you want to look at the place, you got to contact the individual landlord. So I found this place on Facebook. It was advertised. It was just finished. It was a newly finished apartment, and I was actually the first person to live in this place. So I had the honor and the pleasure of living in this place as the first person. So yeah, for me, this was my favorite apartment that I lived in, but also the most expensive that I lived in Ho Chi Minh. And I lived here about, I think, 8 months before, I told the nice lady that owns this place that I couldn't live here anymore because, yeah, it just didn't fit my budget anymore. So eventually I moved into this apartment, which was $360 per month with a gym and 2 pools included. Now, this was actually in a pretty fancy hotel in District 7. They do rent the rooms, and they have apartments on the top floor that they do monthly, and you could do, contracts with them 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. And for me, this is the best value price in Ho Chi Minh City that I could find at this time, at the time I made this video. For me, this is the best value. It had everything included in the price, $360 per month, I think, with one exception. And yeah, that was one of the best deals. Here's the first apartment I lived in Ho Chi Minh City. This was in a house with 5 units, and this actually was designed by a Japanese architect. He had this place featured in a magazine, and the cool thing about this apartment was that it would open up to where you felt like you were outside. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think of these apartments in Ho Chi Minh City. I think these were some of the best or the coolest apartments I've seen in my time here. If you know of any better or cool places to check out in Ho Chi Minh City for living, let us know in the comments section below. I'm sure I would be happy to hear, and I'm sure other people would be happy to hear as well. So let us know in the comment section below what apartments you like. Subscribe if you haven't already. Please give this video a like. Click notifications for more videos like this. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.